Hey everyone, Greenbeard here. Welcome back to another MLB 9 Innings 23 video on my channel. So today we've got the refund from the Blues and Greens, as well as finally getting some work done on Goose Gossage. So without further ado, let's hop back into it. Alrighty, so we just got our refunds of all of these items that we had due to the issue with ranked. From what I hear, there are still issues with ranked, so maybe there's more on the way, but we'll see. So we have that GI now. But also, we have a SIG player pack. This one is from the club store. So we'll open this to start. On the off chance it's a Philly that we want to use, then we'll work on them. Otherwise, we will use some blues and greens. It's not a diamond. Colorado Rocky. Kevin Pillar, not a great card. Only really good stat is contact. Everything else is low. So, unfortunately, we won't be able to use him. So, first and foremost, I want to use Premium Blues on Zach Eflin because he's been my worst pitcher. And I need to unlock that set real quick. So that's my thought. There's a couple of guys that I know I need to do a little bit of work on. We will not be using premium skill change tickets because we are going to save them for Gossage, for Goose Gossage. And we will use the Legend skill change ticket, however, and we're going to use that on Ken Giles because his set is not very good. So actually, let's do that first before we go ahead and use any blues and greens. On the off chance we pull a good level set, that works for what we're looking for. So, as you can see, I used some premiums that I had left over on him when I was trying to use them before the refund, and this is what I got. But the levels are too low. So we're going to use this again. Control Master with really good levels. Let's go. Awesome. I will take that in a heartbeat. So before we do anything else, let's use some regular greens on Giles with a 3-3-2 Control Master set. So nothing from the first one. Ace. We don't currently have Ace on our team. So for now, we're going to leave it, but we might need to change it up because we might pull. There's a chance that we pull Ace on Eflin or Catfish today. So again, we're going to go with the premium blues here. Mess is just not working for him. So we're looking ideally for Finner Boss, Iron Will. Don't know if that's going to be better, to be honest. Iron Will seems to be working pretty well, but it's proportional to the basic fastball stat. And Eflin does not have a particularly high base fastball. So I think I'm going to pass on it. All right. So ideally, I'm looking for finesse or ace here. We're going to use a couple more. If we don't see anything, then we'll move on to somebody else to try to shake up the luck a little bit. All right, we'll use one more, and then we'll move on to someone else briefly. All right, so no luck so far. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is that I also need to unlock Catfish. So despite that set looking good on paper, Catfish is a card that basically cannot work with dominant pitcher because he will not hit S-tier pitches. He's just not going to hit S-tier pitches with the Dom train. It's just, unfortunately, it's not possible to get him enough break to hit S-tier breaking pitches and maintain the Dom train. So what I'm going to do is we're going to use premium greens in hopes that we can land finesse, because it would just make my life a lot easier to have finesse on this card. And because they're premiums, if we don't get anything, we can always turn around and go back. We're only going to use a few of these. Like I said, we don't want to basically the exact same set right there, just flipping the where the skills were. And we'll use one more before we move on to do something else. And nothing. Okay. So what are we going to do next? Right. We have a couple options. See, the problem is I want to get my starting pitching settled first. So I think I'm going to bounce between Eflin and Catfish right now, because I think that's a bigger issue than working on some of the batters where I could do a little bit of tweaking, you know? So I would really like to see something better here from Eflin. I would really like a good gold skill. Honestly, pitching machine is probably going to be better than mess. Let's go back to Catfish. I'm going to swap to premium greens. Come on, finesse. And the reason I'm doing this is because A, we don't have enough premium blues to hunt singularly just trying to replace Dom with Boss, but if we are able to land finesse, there are more options that we could pair with finesse than there would be that we could pair with Boss, because there's always a chance we re-roll Dom. So we're going to take that. All right, so we're going to go to regular blues here. So from here, we could roll Boss, we could roll Dom, we could roll Ace, and any of those would work. Or touch. We'll take touch. So that should work a lot better for Catfish. So let's go to Eflin. We'll go back to some premium blues. Iron Will again. Come on, show me. Literally, on this card, I would take Boss or Dom. Or Mess again. All right, well, we're not having too much luck with Eflin right now. But we have not seen Ace, so we can leave Giles' set, right? Did he have a third? Pitching Machine, Control Master, Ace. Potentially would want to re-roll Pitching Machine, but we would have to see. So we're going to use the two regular blues on Training Junkie. Actually, all right, so this might sound crazy too, but we're going to use blues and roll over Slugger, or let's use premium greens and roll over Slugger potentially, because I would rather, because Contact Master Slugger Spot would not work, so I'd rather roll and get Charisma or BIU, because I think the set would work better with one of them initially, not Laser Beam. If not, then we'll roll blues over Training Junkie and hope. Yeah, so nothing there. So now we'll just swap to regular blues and hope we can get a little lucky rolling over Training Junkie. But nothing from the first one. And nothing from the second one. Okay, so Schmidt will be a work in progress. Do we have regular greens still? We do. Do we want to use... Yeah, well, no, not a green. I'm going to use the last premium blue on Eflin and cross our fingers. And nothing. Okay. All right. And to finish off, also on top of getting that set on Giles, I got Born to Be a Star on JT here, with a couple extra premiums. So we're going to roll some greens on it. Master Base Thief works better if you have higher speed, which this JT card does not. So, and I'm not too worried about it because it's not like it's a primary set. It would just be a luxury set. And we don't get anything on it anyway, but it would just have been a luxury set anyway. So with that being said, I'll get some of those sets leveled up and we will go and retrain Catfish for Finn. So if nothing else, I don't know if Pitching Machine's going to work better than Mess. Mess was not working for Eflin, so if it doesn't work, here's the other thing. Part of me, because I don't have a SIG change candidate right now, part of me is saying, just SIG change Steve Carlton. And if I do SIG change Steve Carlton, he'd probably slot in over Eflin anyway, so, you know, I'll see if Pitching Machine works better than Mess. If not, that's okay. We'll level up that set on Giles. We'll see how the Control Master Ace Pitching Machine does. And I think it should do better than his current set, but we'll see. And we'll go from there. So I will be back in a few days down the road here when I have enough BD pieces to take Gossage Black Diamond. And even though we don't have any greens or blues left, his current set is actually working surprisingly well. He was one of my better middle relievers with this dumb set. So if anything, I might roll some more regulars, skill change tickets on him off camera since we have 200 of him again. And if we get something, then I'll show you that. But we'll roll premiums on him. And if nothing else, his current set, even once we get him Black Diamond, his current set would be fine in middle relief. So we'll go from there. I'm happy with the set on Giles. I'm happy with the set on Catfish. Not so much on Eflin, and no success on Schmidt or JT, but that's okay, given how much success that we saw on all our other cards. So that'll be it for this portion, and we'll be back when we have some more BD pieces. So we have enough pieces now that we can take Gossage here to Black Diamond, finally. Knock out one of the handful of players that we've been waiting on Black Diamond pieces for. And then we'll roll premium skill change tickets on him. Hopefully we will be able to see Bullpen Day, or I would even take Pitcher's Chem. But let's see what we can get. So he's Black Diamond now. Love it. And we'll be able to max out his special training here. All right, let's see how much we actually have to use. Okay. Just trying to make sure I'm not using material, if I can save a little bit of it. All right, so that should work. And that will cap out his special training. On this set, we'll take Boss to 8. So I know that in the last video, I talked about how that set was my second best middle reliever set. Well, guess what? It's not anymore. He's getting hit pretty hard. Although now that he's Black Diamond, he does hit S tier on his slider or changeup, whichever one was lagging a little bit behind. He still has that Dom train, even though he went with break too. So he's sitting at plus 22. Sorry, plus 18 right now. So he does, and he's max GI, right? Yes, he's max GI. So if we do land Dom, that's about the best train that we could possibly hope for. Change skills. So I landed Dom Boss Ace. I'm hesitant to use it just yet because we also have Ace on Giles, and it would nerf both of them. However, Mess, Iron Will, and Boss is not working too great, so I think we're going to use the skill changes on this set. And hopefully it's not too long a hunt to get him a legend skill. Of course, if we see a good middle reliever set while we're here, we'll take that as well. But ideally, pitcher's insight with Dom. We'll take that. I wish it came with a third skill because I'm really curious. I don't have any blues right now. I'm really curious how pitcher's insight's going to do. So I'm going to roll a couple more and see if we can land. So not slow starter. I'll probably take these down to like 15 maybe. Slow starter again. And see if we can get pitcher's chem or bullpen day. If we can't, then we'll wait for blues and see if pitcher's insight works. It's just because legends see skills so much easier. I don't really want to settle for pitcher's insight because I think it's good. I don't think it's as game breaking as we as a community kind of assumed it was going to be. So, ideally I would still like to see bullpen day. There it is. All right. So, I was curious. So we're going to have to wait for greens, obviously, but we do a bullpen day. That's good. I don't think pitcher's insight and Dom on its own is going to be any good. So we'll swap. We'll have to go swap Blake Parker back in, which is fine. I think I'm not too upset about that for the time being. In the meanwhile, I am going to use the rest of those premiums on Schmidt here. I know we have Contact Master, and I said it was I was intrigued by it, and to be fair, I am, but if we can land something a little bit better, I would just like to see what we could get. Pioneer 331. We'll hang on to that. I ideally would like something with a little bit higher of a level than that. There's a 333 with BIU. Not that there's anything wrong with Pioneer, but I have a fair amount of Pioneer, and you need like perfect skills with Pioneer to make it work. So ideally, I'd like to see Batter's Insight. Unfortunately, the levels are too low. I'd be really interested in trying out Batter's Insight and Spotlight. So I'm going to hold on to it because it's not like I'm going to use it right now. But if the levels were higher, I would have really liked that one. Born to be a Star. That final skills level 3. I would be interested in Born to be a Star, but the levels are too low on that set. So hopefully we just had a good string of luck. So we probably won't see any more legend skills today. Charisma Prediction Table Setter. That is an interesting set. I don't think Table Setter is good enough. But again, we'll hold on to it because it's not like we're going to use that Born to be a Star set. But yeah, so basically, I'm just looking for high levels. And if we can get high levels, I would be interested in seeing what skill it came with. All right, so nothing there. All right, I'm going to go grab those 2 premiums real quick. And then we'll go finish off Schmidt, or finish off hunting on Schmidt, I should say. So we're still a handful of premiums away from a legend skill change ticket. Hunting on Schmidt. And, I'm just going to keep hunting on him because Pioneer again. That's the same level Pioneer Spot. I'll take it. I would take Pioneer. Right now I'm looking for a third skill, a level 5 or higher. But and we have that on Contact Master, but I just don't know if Contact Master is going to be good enough. And with this being like Schmidt, with him being a Supreme, I want to make him as perfect as we can make him. Even if that means, the hunt takes a little while longer. That's okay. All right. So we got a few more premiums here. We're also going to be able to see the Legend skill change ticket today. So really curious if we can get something a little better. If we land a set that has a 4 as a third skill right now, I think the only way I would use it would be if it came with 2 other usable skills, and making it something we could immediately put in the lineup rather than something else that will be, adding to the backlog of things that need blues and greens. That's why I didn't keep the 333 set, to be honest, is it's just another skill that would need blues and greens, and we already have a bunch of guys who need more blues and greens. Yeah, so not as much luck with the premiums so far as we had in the first chunk of the premiums that we did here. But we do have the Legend skill change ticket coming. So if we continue to not see anything in these last 5, then we do have a shot with the Legend skill change ticket. And really, I would take Bad Ball Hitter. I would take, in terms of like higher levels, I would take Bad Ball Hitter. I take Pioneer. I'd prefer not, but I would take it. I would take Born to Be a Star. I would take Batter's Insight. There are options if the levels are high enough. But I would need to see higher levels. And we would need to see a Legend skill for that to happen. Although, again, can't complain too much. We did see a bunch of Legend skills today. Or in this video, I should say. But, alright, so we're going to have to take our last shot with that Legend skill change ticket. Right, and last attempt of the day. High levels with a good skill, please. Bad Ball Hitter, but the third skill is level 3. Darn. That's a shame. All right. So, with that being said, the rest, that actually is probably going to wrap up this video. We'll just keep hunting for something better on Schmidt, something a little more consistent. I might level up the Pitcher's Insight set and just see what PI Dom can do in middle relief. If it's struggling, then we'll throw Blake Parker back in. But otherwise, I'm glad we have Bullpen Day on Gossage, so it's just a matter of blues and greens to get that set to be usable. And, yeah, so we're on our way. Now we just need to save up another 200 BD pieces for Trevor Hoffman. So it'll be a little while. It'll be a journey, but thank you for coming along with me. And with that being said, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.